Yeah, mic check 1 2. You know we about to get into it. So y'all get ready. We finna get it in. You got a prostitution mind state or what? Let me know. You got a prostitution mind state or what? Let me know. You got a prostitution mind state or what? Let me know. Yeah, we're about to get right into this. You got a prostitution mind state or what? Let me know. Prostitute ain't necessarily a woman. Let me know. Y'all get ready to call in too. Yeah, what's up? It's your boy James Mack and I'm back. Like I never left or like I left something. Either one, however you want to put it. That I promised y'all that I'm gonna try to do my best on this here live. We going live as much as possible, as many times as possible, because I believe that it's time to do something that I never did before, and that's put myself out there. Similar to how, when individuals want to get ahead, they'll put themselves out there with a prostitute mind state, because a prostitute mind state is not necessarily a bad thing, and that's what I said. The law of attraction, the art of seduction. These things deal with the prostitute mind state, okay? Sacred contracts. I want y'all to get ready. We're gonna get deep tonight. First of all, we're gonna pay these deep bills. I want to let y'all know. Look, if you're trying to start your business up and you don't know where to go, if you're looking for some understanding behind how you can start your business up. If you want to get into the jewelry business, I'm here for you, okay? prosperwithjamesmack.com. And we're going to start doing some other classes too, manhood classes. All these different classes that you need, because one thing I realize is I got a lot of understanding, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of things I can help y'all with. You know what I mean? And it's not going to cost you enough. I'm about to do a class for $10, $9.99. Just for some people that may not be able to afford the $187, $85 class. So we're gonna do the class for $9.99, but that won't be a long class. That'll be something just to get you right. But I'm telling you, any knowledge we drop on you is gonna be worth it. I don't even want to waste no time. Let me go ahead and run this commercial, and we're gonna get right to it. Do you have a prostitution mind state? That ain't necessarily a bad thing, right? That ain't necessarily a bad thing, but how are you using your mind state, right? How are you using the prostitute mind state? Because, hold on, I'm not even gonna get into it. Let me go ahead and run this footage, and we're coming right back. Yes, sir. That's prosperwithjamesmack.com. We have the $99 strategy session. So we help you with any aspects of the business that you can't figure out. We're gonna get on a call and I'm gonna brainstorm it with you. And I know a whole bunch of stuff about business, so I'm gonna help you get through this. Man, let's get right to it, man. Prostitute mind state. A prostitute mind state. A lot of people selling their body right now, selling their mind, selling their essence. A lot of people selling blood, plasma, anything they can sell, you understand me, to try to earn monetary value, money. You understand me? And we have to address this issue. Now, what is the definition of a prostitute? Because it has different definitions. One definition of a prostitute is a woman that sells her body for, it could be a woman or man, that sells her body in return for money. Now, let me be honest with you. Prostitution has been one of the oldest jobs in the entire humanity, right? So even back when Jesus roamed the earth, and all the books that was written, they had issues or they had things going on with the prostitutes. They still honored the prostitutes. Jesus saved many prostitutes. All right. You know what I mean? They saved the prostitutes because the prostitutes was important. The prostitutes had real jobs. You know, they helped keep a lot of nonsense down. They helped keep a lot of things down. You understand me? The prostitutes was very important. So we can't look down on the prostitutes. We got to understand the prostitute mind state. What is the prostitute mind state? What would you sell your body, your time for? Because that's the prostitute mind state. You understand me? Just a quick story. You know, I'm a hustler, so I try anything if it's legal and it makes sense. But very quickly, you know, I'm not just doing like no full on whole career change. But if it's something small, like I'll try Uber or, you know, try to do that for a second, or try Lyft or something, like just to see, because I just want to see, you know, if it's doing some crazy numbers, then hey, I might do that in my spare time. I might say, okay, when I leave the store or do this, I might jump in the Uber for about 3 hours and pay some bills with that money. I did it for one day. And what I understood is I was being exploited, right? And shout out to everybody that's doing that right now, that's making a living off of it. But when I understood how they, you know, marginalized and capitalized off of my work, you understand? I wasn't selling my body, but I was selling my time, you know, for a monetary value. So that was that was similar to a prostitute mind state, because I gave them my body really in order to make them a large amount of money, and they didn't even treat me good, you know. So I was like, that's it. I'm never doing that again. But I never say never, but I'm just saying, you know, I try little things like that. Let me get right to it. Social media. Well, first of all, let me get to the second definition of a prostitute. Is one that devote or corrupt or have an unworthy purpose. Now, this is what they saying, you know, have an unworthy purpose. When you look at this social media, because that's what I'm about to go over there to this social media. When you look at this social media, what are you seeing? Right? They have set it up to where they make it to where the women nowadays will settle for just trying, all right? Just trying to put themselves in position and utilize their body to make money. Because if you're not coming with no real slick understanding or some real knowledge that's moving somebody, 90% of the stuff we see on social media right now is all about you selling your body. It's all about you giving up them free pictures because they free. Until you start making money, until you get monetized, you showing your breasts, and it's the behavior and the mind state, because the more you show, the more likes you get, the more they'll show it to other people. So essentially, you're being pimped for your body. You know, Mark Zuckerberg is one of the biggest pimps in the world, right? Because he's getting you to exploit yourself, put your body out there, you know, things like this here. You know, that's crazy, right? You know, I'm sure she got tons of likes, right? I'm sure everybody liked this picture. I'm sure guys lusted over this picture. You know, I'm sure individuals followed her page when they seen this. You know, it's something to say about the woman's physique, right? But what did she get in return? What was the monetary value? Because she didn't make any money off that picture, but she got a whole bunch of likes. So there we have a problem now, because back in the day, when guys really liked you or you became popular, that's because you was popular in real life. You had something going on for real. Now you could syndicate your body. You could syndicate your body now. That means you could put it on multiple platforms around the world for people to view you and decide if they want to follow you or basically want to have sex with you, because that's what it all boils down to. Let's be real. Okay. And that becomes addictive, because once you do something like that, once you put up a picture like this and you get 50,000 likes, 1 million likes, I've seen pictures like that get 1 million likes. Well, then you want to see how far you can take it, because you want to get more. Now, it's not even about the money a lot of times, because a lot of women just put their bodies online to get some approval that they're not getting at home. Let's get deep. Let's get deep. Let's get deep. Let's get deep. All right, let's go. So check this out. Social media is producing prostitutes. Even in the young kids, they understand that if you know, even at 10 and 11 years old, you see them on the Instagram twerking, you know, their booties, or, you know, teenagers showing their breasts without no bra, showing their breasts. And this is attractive to people or weirdos or whatever the case may be, because it's going to attract all those that see this post. And you're going to see them have, you know, 20,000 likes, 40,000 likes, right? What is that doing to the young mind, right? That's installing that prostitute mind state of you got to give to receive, right? But in this particular situation, you got to give your body. So it's easy for pimping to come on along and continue to follow up with that, because now they're encouraging the women not only to show your body, but when you show your body and I come with that bag, then you know the next thing, you have to have sex. You got to have sex, right? And one of the things I tell my daughter, I'm trying to raise my daughter right. I'm trying to get her out of the, I'm not saying she is, but I'm using a prostitute mind state in general, just a general phrase. I'm trying to get her out of that mind state, because she's on social media, by, you know, reinforcing good behavior, you know, and trying to show her the old school and play videos of the old school of when you had the righteous women that would dress appropriately and stood for something, morals and values, and stood for something. How can you stand for anything when you naked, right? I was listening to a TD Jakes and he was talking about realizing you naked. And when that started, that changed the whole humanity. When we realized we were naked, right? That started the prostitution right there. Because when Eve realized she was naked, she had to cover up. And when she realized she had the power, if she took off her clothes, then that led to something totally different. I'm gonna stay on track tonight, yo. I want y'all to rock with me, right? Let me get up here to these comments, because I know it's when it get crazy. Dead end jobs are producing prostitute mind states. What do you mean by that? We could say any job is producing prostitute mind states, but it's different levels to the game, right? If you work hard and got an education, or you became a CEO, or you were an entrepreneur and you got to a certain level to where you're getting money right now, you can kind of pick and choose where you want to be, right? You don't necessarily have to suffer from the prostitute mind state, because you could say, you know what, I don't like being here. I'm not about to do this or that. So let me go ahead and move around, and I'm going to find another position because I'm qualified, right? And we talked about that last time. I'm qualified. I can do what I want to do. I'm not going to put up with this. When you don't have that education, right, and you don't have that point of view or that mind state, well, guess what? You're forced to do what they want you to do for them little tiny crumbs, right? Even if you're making 15, 16, 20, 25, whatever amount of dollars you're making, you are forced to use your body and your mind to get these folks rich. You know, somewhat like slavery, but I'm not going to go that deep. We'll stay with the prostitution mind state. So, you know, the more you work and the more you utilize your body for this company, you actually need this company, because you know if you get fired, you can't pay your rent. You know if you get fired, you in a pickle, you in a bad situation. Similar to how a prostitute feels. She know if she don't go out there, it's going to be all bad. You know what I'm saying? She know pimping is not messing with her, right? He not playing, right? And in some cases, it's a guerrilla type situation when you dealing with these real dead end jobs, like these fast food jobs, because they'll cut you loose in a second. They don't need you, right? Because there's somebody else walking through the door. These call centers, they don't need you. There's somebody else walking through the door, right? You're only as good as when you can produce. It's a prostitute mind state. Let me talk to you for a second, man. You know what I mean? I said I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it with passion, and I'm gonna talk about issues that I want to talk about. These dead end jobs are producing prostitute mind states, because when you get done with that job and they fire you and you be butt booty out and you got to find another job, guess what? Now you're trying to be on your best behavior. You're trying to show some skin, or you're trying to wear your best clothes. You're trying to be on your best behavior for that next dead end job, because you need the money. The prostitute is only in the game because she needs the money, or she needs the love and the compassion. Some prostitute mind states don't care about the money, right? So you will see them doing things that's humiliating, because it's not about the money. It's about the fame. It's about that's where we get into the social media thing. It's not about the money. Half of these chicks that's on social media talking about their influencers, they're getting paid. They're not getting no money. They're getting pimped by Mark Zuckerberg. They're getting manipulated to think that the more skin they show, let me give you some footage. You know, I don't want to do this without no footage. Let me give you some footage. The more skin they show, the more provocative stances that they put themselves in, it's going to gain more views. Picture like this get her 1 million some odd views. There's some thirsty dudes out there. I'm just telling you. You know, some thirsty dudes out there. So, you know, we have to understand that, you know, prostitute's mind state is more wide and it's more vicious than you think it is. Let's get into another situation that can produce a prostitute mind state. And I know it's gonna be some words about this one, but the new strong women movement. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Jay? What is the move? What is the new strong women movement? What is that all about, right? The new strong women movement, when you see all these women talking about they don't need no man, right? They're good. You know, one of the most happiest and well off and good space people in our culture is the American black woman. They got education while we were fooling around in the streets, and brothers still fooling around in the streets. And when dudes was fooling around making babies and all this, your baby mama was going to school. Your baby mama was in college while you was running the street trying to figure it out, or in jail or whatever. Or maybe you was in college too. You know, good brothers. It's a lot of good brothers out there that was in college too. Your baby mama was in school. Your wife was in school. Your sister and them, they was in school. The black women went to school. They got the education and they stayed out of jail for the most part. And they're the ones that benefit from that right now. And that's the agenda being pushed. So now they don't need you, right? But they still need something. You know what I mean? They still need some type of love, care, and admiration. It may not be from the black man. It may not be from you. But that's where the void comes with the social media and with the thirsty dudes out here that is all over the world, right? That will like their picture. And these guys in Africa, or these guys in the Middle East, or these guys in Asia, or someone like that, they liking them pictures. They want to see more and more of that. Those not brothers that's, real brothers, real Black American men. That's men that's all over this world giving that love out. And the more they do that, the more they putting their body out there, right? But they don't have to. And that's the situation that we're going through right now. They don't need no man, and they don't really have to have that prostitution mind state, because they're at the top of the game when it comes to that. They're working for the corporations. Yeah, they're still getting pimped, but they're getting pimped by the corporations. They're getting pimped by the jobs, and they have a lot of respect for them pimps. They have a lot of respect for those corporations. Yes, they're being whipped culturally in those scenarios because they don't have no representation from the Black men, for the most part. You know what I mean? And we're going to touch on some more of that here in a second. I'm just want to go down this list of thoughts I had out the gate because I want to give y'all some substance with this. What is the opposite of a prostitute mind state? Let's talk about that for a second. What's the opposite of a prostitute mind state? And that's a deep situation. That's knowing yourself, knowing thyself. That's being able to harness your will, right? That's being able to stand on your two and say, you know what? I'm not doing that for no money. You can't make me do that for any money. And that's whatever it is. If they say we want you to do the roofs, or we want you to clean up with a toothbrush and do the floors in here, but we paying you $100,000 a year. The reverse of the prostitute mind state is like, no, I'm not. Because the reverse mind state is honor, right? Kings and queens were never prostitutes, right? They stood up straight and understood their worth. The warriors, the tribal leaders, they were never prostitutes. But don't get it twisted. Some of the coldest women in history were prostitutes. Cleopatra, prostitute. You understand me? She tricked Caesar in all type of different scenarios. And I can go on and on about that. I'm not gonna get into that type of history. But some of the coldest women in the world were prostitutes, because a prostitute really understands the psychology of need and want. Right? She tricked people, or he tricked people all the time into fulfilling their needs and their lust, because it's all based off lust, right? It's all based off lust. Everything is based off lust, attraction, the art of attraction. But when you stand on some solid morals and solid principles, some solid structure, and you have the knowledge of self, you can't be turned into no prostitute. Only thing you can do is utilize the prostitute mind state to your advantage, right? Because you have to understand the how the whole mind state works. You feel me? It's a you have to have a want for something. You have to have a need for something to be able to stay in that mind state. Right now, we see people stand in the mind state because they want to be famous. They want to get liked. They want to be liked. They want to be loved. But they don't want to be loved and liked by the reality of where they are. They want it from the fantasy world of the internet, not from the people telling them, I like and I love you, because they don't see the value, right? If the prostitute told you I love you, you'd be like, man, you tell that to everybody, right? But if the person telling the prostitute that they love them, then that's a different scenario. For that person, maybe not for the prostitute, because she cares nothing about love for the most part. Let's get to it. The opposite of a prostitute mind state is morals and values. When you stand on them and principles, you can never be pimped. Understand that. Like I said before, let me pull this picture up. I think it's about time for one of these pictures. Let me pull one of these pictures up. You can never, ever. I want y'all to listen to me closely. I want y'all to listen to me real closely. Check this out. You can never, ever be forced into the mind state of a prostitute. You can't be forced into the mind of a prostitute. You have to, like I said before, you have to be willing and ready and want to. You have to have something that you want so bad. A career, a car, a house, a man, a woman. You have to have something so bad that you want that forces you into the prostitute mind state. One of the things I want to go over is overcoming lust. I'm going to tie that back into the fact of how you can develop the shield around the prostitute mind state. You got to overcome lust. What does that mean, Jay? Overcoming lust. You got to stop looking at naked women. You got to stop looking at naked women every day, right? Because what that's doing, that's creating so much lust in your mind, and mind has chemicals that it uses to turn your body on or off. You ever heard somebody say, I want to get turned on, or he don't turn me on, or she don't turn me on? That's chemicals. That's a chemical reaction. So when you looking at, things like this all day, you looking at this every day, them chemicals in your body, they don't produce as they should, right? So it's hard for you to overcome lust, because when you have your testosterone in your body at maximum degrees, then you can overcome lust. You can say, it's something bigger out there I want than just having sex with a woman. It's something much bigger I want. That can come. That's wonderful. But I'm trying to get somewhere. You feel me? And that's the difference between somebody that's lusting, stay lusting for whatever it is. It could be for a woman, or they stay lusting for an opportunity. Lust is an emotion, right? The flesh, lusting for the flesh is an emotion. One thing that helped me, and I just want to get it to y'all. One thing that helped me overcome lust was becoming a vegetarian. I don't know what it was about eating meat or eating beef, chicken, pork, turkey. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, when I stopped wanting and craving the dead flesh, or the flesh, right? The beef, the chicken, the pork. When I stopped craving it, I was able to control my lust, right? Because it was so hard for me to get off the chicken, because I felt like I needed it. Like every time I go to the restaurant, I'm like, man, I can have a huge plate of food and I still need a piece of chicken. I just felt like I still needed a steak, or I still needed some extra protein or meat. At that time, it was just meat in general. I need a hamburger or something. I just cannot eat these vegetables without no meat. So I had a lust for meat. And when I was able to overcome that in my mind, like, you know what, I don't, just give me the sides. Just give me at that time, give me the macaroni and cheese, give me the greens, give me this. Or give me the salad, give me this, and then give me that. You know what I mean? Give me the fries and this, that, and the other. I start to realize when I see women and they were dressed in a way that they knew was going to draw my lust, I was able to harness that power and keep it moving. And honestly, that attracted them even more. They had to come around and show me. I might turn around on them. They had to come back around and show me. And I was able to realize that, right? Because they know when you lustful. Just like some prostitutes, man, all they want to do is lust. They're full of lust. They're Jezebel, straight spirits out here to drive you into a frenzy, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be solid, man. You have to overcome lust. You have to turn off them computers when you're looking at that nasty stuff, man, because it works on your mind. You're looking at everything, so it works on your mind. So many images in your mind. You have to get off the images, right? You have to get off the images, because those images is what keep you in a state of lust. And as long as you in a state of lust, you can't operate at your highest frequency. You in your lower self. You need to be able to switch from the lower to your higher self. That's something we're going to talk about tomorrow. I'm going to get into lower and higher self, because I got to give it to y'all, man. This is real. I told you sometimes you got to play the role of the prostitute, right? So even when you overcome the lust, well, you got to know how to play your position, because this life game, this life is a game. Despite what you want to say, life is a game. And life is a game of chess, not checkers. See, checkers is easy. You can move one piece at a time. And it's a pretty simple game. I mean, sometimes it can get complex when you're working with someone that's of a higher mind state. You feel me? And they have some higher techniques or things like that on how to check you or get you off the board and all this here. But when you're dealing with chess, you dealing with the pieces of life, right? The queen, once again, that's the coldest piece on the board. Can move anywhere, can take anything, right? But that's the first piece everybody always is at. Let me get you up out your queen, overlooking other pieces that's way more serious at the time, like the rook. You know what I mean? In the corner, posted, watching your every move. While you chasing the queen, while you on that lust, they come get you. They come get you. Sometimes you have to you have to understand the role of the prostitute, especially in corporate America, in these jobs. You know, that goes back to the 48 laws of power in a piece that I read called Never Outshine the Master. Sometimes you have to bump yourself down to being a temporary prostitute, right? And understanding what your level of lust is. So I'm not lusting for anything that they got in here, but I know I'm about to take this place over. I know this is me. If you in the corporate America, I know I'm about to get this raise. I know I'm about to move up. So let me bump myself down to temporary prostitute so I can get up under this fool and get him out of here. Because that's what some of the coldest prostitutes in the world have done. They get up under the kings, up underneath the princes, and get them up out of here. That's what they'll do to you right now. If you full of that lust, all your minds are gonna be so lustful, and they gonna get right up under you. Cause that's where they be, right up under you. And get you out of here. You gonna wake up, your watch is gonna be gone. Your car might be gone. Somebody might come in there on you. I'm telling you, it's a cold game, but it's the game of life. Now you're selling your body for likes. You're selling your body for likes. You're selling your body for messages, DMs of people that know nothing about your brilliance, know nothing about your intelligence. They just see your body. They just looking at this right here. You feel me? That's what they see. And it's cool to be able to utilize that, but you're utilizing that and giving the spoils to Mark Zuckerberg. He filthy rich. You're selling yourself short and you're giving it to Bernard Arnault. You just made him the richest man in the world. Really, we should say the richest pimp in the world, because y'all went and bought all this product and made him and an Arnault family and LVMH, Hennessy and Moet, Louis Vuitton, all that, the richest company. And you proudly walk around with it on your chest. You're one of the best prostitutes. The prostitute mind state, because you sold your body in one way or another for that LVMH or that Hennessy or that Moet. You did. And I did before too. I'm not gonna sit here in front. But I'm not doing it no more. Right? My spoils gonna come from somewhere else. We got a comment. This is crazy. Comments say men are more O's than women. Well, you know, that can be said, right? You know, men are lustful. That's by our nature. Men are hunting for a mate. You know what I'm saying? Men are, our animalistic behavior is to mate, right? That's why we are built the way we built. We are the creators. We are the creators of the universe. Everything starts with the man. The whole life starts with the man. The man develops and makes the human being. The woman has the human being. You know, let's get that straight. So a man is wired like that. You know, he's just trying to mate. A woman understands she's a totally different creature. Her understanding comes when she steps into her prostitute mindset and understand that her body is worth money or positions or riches. And the most thing that helped them do that, because this been going on since the beginning of time, the most thing that helped them do that is the internet. Because we didn't move like that back in the 60s, the 70s. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they had prostitutes. They knew their role. They would walk the streets, and the prostitute mindset was still there. It's been there since the beginning of the time. But it was more class. People wave was on trying to be on some dignity, trying to have some dignity and some class. Now they've introduced the prostitute mind state. And yeah, it's some men out here prostitutes too. They get on there showing their muscles, showing their body for likes. If you on some fitness stuff, you trying to help the community, I don't blame you. If you on there taking the sexy pics, do your thing. I can't hate on you. I'm never gonna hate on you. But understand who you making rich. Understand what you doing it for. Understand who's really profiting off of this, right? That's all I'm saying. You know, let's get to it. Let's get right to it. So yeah, men are starting to become a little bit, when I see men starting to take selfies and all that, I'm like, man, you falling into the prostitute mind state because you're doing it for likes. Because you feel deep down inside that don't nobody like you. Right? I don't get on the internet like that and take all these here pictures and all this. Family, occasionally do some family stuff, photos and all this. But when you see somebody exploiting themselves, you know, especially these women, when they got to get on there and show their body, that's the first thing I ask them when I meet her. What's your Instagram? What's your social media? You know, that's going to tell me everything right there. You know, what's your goals and what's your mission? What is your drive? What's your standards? Let me see some of them outfits. Because if you got to show your whole body, you got a prostitute mindset. You losing because you showing your whole body for what? For monetary value or for love. You're not getting what you need. You're not happy enough. And then a lot of women, we're going to get into that too. A lot of women is just settling for masturbation and things. But that's a whole nother story. I'm not even going to get into that right now. I'm not going to get into that. Let me run this little picture right here. Listen, all over the world, the woman is praised. Everywhere. Right? And be quite honest, some of the prostitute mindsets or the real prostitutes are some of the cleanest women on the earth. They take care of their bodies more than women that ain't prostitutes. I'm just keeping it real. Now I know what you're saying, J-Mac. What did you talking about, man? You wildin'. No, I'm trying to help you understand and play the game to the highest level and the highest degree. Because when you understand the need and the lust and the wanting to be something bigger than yourself, you know how to differentiate it from falling into a prostitute mind state and using your body, you understand me, for monetary value. This is your temple. This is the most important thing on the earth is your body. You know what I mean? A lot of us have prostitute mind states when it comes to food. We'll do anything. I know people do anything for certain type of food or for some food. You know what I mean? I can operate, I can, you know what I'm saying, play with women just on the food. You know, because if you got the bag, if you have the bag to just spend, you can make a woman do whatever you want to do. Not every woman, but a woman that's in her prostitute mind state, I can have her do whatever I want to do. I can take her to a fancy restaurant, twiddle my thumbs, have her doing whatever I want to do. I told my people like this here, I said, look, the opposition on the internet now is making it cool to do whatever for some money, right? Everything we see on social media right now is, oh, I do this for the bag, I do that for the bag, whatever you want to do for the bag, the bag, the bag. So the morals and the values have been thrown out the window. Everybody, not everybody, but people is on a prostitute mind state right now. All they thinking about is what they can do with their body for the bag, right? So like I told a person, so that's where you're gonna live in that space, because if I pull that bag out and I give you so X amount of money and I say lick that floor right there, you gonna do that, right? You gonna do it, or you gonna say, you know what, that's not worth it. I don't have to do that. I'm not forced to do that. But we don't know what happened behind these closed doors with these women that's on these internets talking about they're getting to the bag. How you getting to the bag? You got a prostitute mind state. You thinking this gonna get you to the bag. That ain't gonna get you to the bag. This is gonna get you to the bag, because the coldest woman or man is the one that tap into their higher self, that use the higher state of their being. That's the coldest. That's God-like substance, right? That's God-like mentality. That's when you tap into that next level. Right? You don't have to do nothing for money, because money comes to you easily and abundantly. You attract money. You don't make money. It's a big difference. And the more clothes you got on, that's why you go to the Middle East, you don't even see woman eyeballs. You don't even see their eyeballs in some instances. You know what I mean? You don't see nothing about their body, because they understand the influence. They understand the lust. They understand it. Why do they make their women, you know what I mean, move like that? Because they understood it from the beginning of time. Lust is a more powerful thing. You know what I mean? Lust is the most powerful thing. And to be holy, you have to escape the prostitute mind state. And like I said before, it's not all about you just selling your body. You can sell your essence. You can sell your mind for monetary value. You hear me? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm gonna keep going, because I told y'all I'm streaming now. Somebody did leave in the chats. They said, let me see. They said, but right now you're selling your body, trying to get likes and trying to get likes and make money. Listen, it's levels to the game. It's levels to the game. This here is giving you something that's of substance, of value, right? I need you to know and understand what you're getting into and open up your mind. I might touch one person out there. You know what I'm saying? I might touch their spirit, touch their mind state, touch their soul. But that's what my job is, right? Because this is the new way to attract and to get into your mind. And when I'm in your mind, I'm in your soul. When I'm in your soul, I'm in your essence. When I'm in your essence, I can help you, steer you into the right direction. And I know what you're saying, like, man, this dude is wild. But I'm telling you, alchemy and the understanding of how all this works, the chemicals, the mixture of The mind states, creating one mind, is so deep. It's so deep. You know what I mean? You can will yourself into a position. You don't have to sell yourself. You can will yourself in position. It's our will. You know what I mean? Versus God's will, but it's our will. You know what I mean? So we have to stop. If you're going to sell yourself, get your money. Get your money in advance. If you're going to take a chance, get your money in advance. Right? Get your money in advance. And I still want y'all to treat the prostitutes, treat them good, because it's still a job. And I ain't talking about just the ones that sell their bodies on the streets. If they doing OnlyFans, Facebook ads, if they're just walking in the neighborhood saying, what's up? Treat them with respect, because they've been around since the beginning of the time. And those are some of the most holy people. And it's some real demons too. So you guys gotta keep it, you know what I'm saying? Keep it cool. You feel what I'm saying? What more can I say, man? You know, what more can I say? You know, stay up. You know what I mean? Don't fall into the prostitute mind state. You know what I mean? I explained different levels of the game. I don't think, let me show y'all some more pictures, because I know y'all want to see them. I'm not gonna keep going with it. We're gonna have some guests next week, you know, because I know y'all want to see some guests, and we're gonna keep it moving. You know, you go to these different countries, they embrace the prostitutes. You know, that's just what it is. You know, and St. Martin, Anguilla, all these different places, man, they love the prostitutes, because the prostitutes is a real job that help economies. But how is it helping you on this internet? That's the question. How is it helping you? It's hurting you, because you ain't trying to feed your family. You trying to get some likes and some love. You trying to get some acceptance, because you really don't love yourself. You don't like your curves. You don't like your body. But if you just humble yourself and you just meditate and exercise, then you will go to your highest level and your highest self. I'm not gonna stay all night on this on here. This is gonna be kind of a short one. You know what I mean? Tonight, we coming back on. Like I said, I'm giving it all I got. I'm live streaming, and I don't care if it's boo-boo or foul or whatever. I'm giving it all I got, because of China, they can get on every night and broadcast and make millions, and I got to get on every night. I got to work like an immigrant. You got to work like an immigrant, because like I told you last night, they on the way over here. They swimming right now. They running through fields in Texas and Arizona trying to get over here. Man, we in the land of the somewhat free and the opportunities here. So for everything change, you better start getting into a prostitute mind state and using it to your advantage. And with that one, we're going to shut it down tonight. I did what I came to do. I'm going to chop this one up. You're going to see some shorts and reels. Go ahead and make sure you subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. If you seen us a little late, subscribe. If you got anything you want to say or anything you want to add to it, man, put it down in the chats. Put it down in the comments. You know, they love the comments. And tap in. And if you want to tap in with me, because we got some guests Friday, I'm setting up something with a young lady on Saturday. We're gonna touch on some more issues. You already know how we do it. If you look into the past episodes, you see how we do it. I'm just keeping it going, you know, because I know that it's more than it's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? I got a message for you, and sometimes when you see your own eye, then you got to move on it. I'm out.